Okay, so this is the tunnel bore I designed today. This part in particular I did not design. This is an old tunnel bore that was adapted from one of Ilmango's designs by another YouTuber, which his name is escaping me at the moment. As for the rest of this, it's pretty standard. This right here is just a circuit that moves the whole thing forward one space. That way you can control it rather than where normal flying machines will just keep on moving. And then this part right here is just a simple timing circuit. So you can see, there we go. So the easiest thing to start with would definitely be the timing circuit. So, whoops. Alright. Normal piston. Alright, so this is the engine that runs the whole thing, so the whole thing will be run by this one door. Then off of that, we have what's pushing it. So I'm going to start first do the TNT dupe. We need terracotta. You use any color terracotta. And you just need any block. I'm going to use green wool. This, just so it looks nice. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I think it's, yeah, there we go. We need the dead coral fan, which is actually going to dupe the TNT. You can put in the TNT at this point. I normally do that last, just because you want to be real sure everything else runs first. But you can put it in if you're pretty sure yourself. And why did you just get rid of slime? Okay, so this is actually what's going to catch the TNT. You can see over here, when the TNT shot forward, it's caught by this, and then once the timing circuit actually goes through, this will launch up and launch it out. So, and of course I'm really bad with inventory management. This is really important that that's a sticky piston if you want it to work. There. Okay. So now we have, this is the section that absolutely has to be done. You can build this timing circuit in any way that you want. I'll go ahead and show how I did it, but once again, this can be done in any way. As long as you get the timing right, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. I went for this specific look just because you have to be able to make sure it fits through the tunnels. So, also with this design, I should add a disclaimer that it works for nether tunnels. In the overworld, this would not work because the tunnels are, stone is a little bit harder to blow up. And also, if you run into a bunch of blackstone or like basalt, you may have to do a little bit of clearing and just watching the edges to make sure that nothing's getting caught, because they will get caught otherwise. Oops. Okay. Let me make sure I get the right number here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can follow this tutorial block for block, but for a lot of it, it's pretty changeable. If you wanted to do something different, or if you wanted to like compound this and make it like a much bigger tunnel board, you could. I'm just giving like a real base design. This is just the way that my brain was able to put it together. Also, you don't actually have to do this on Honey. I just found it was very nice when you're actually running the machine. This is probably the best spot to run in my opinion, because when the actual machine is running, a lot of times I would stand here. You can hit the trapdoor really easy, and you can also see out ahead, see if there's any lava coming down or if there's anything in the way. Obviously, you're normally doing this for ancient debris, so you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. And make sure if there's any lava anywhere near this, I would just go ahead and clear it out, because if lava hits any one of these observers, it'll mess up the whole thing. I ended up blowing this thing up like 3 or 4 times on my survival world before I got it working. It was a really big headache, so I would definitely recommend doing that. That should be it. Oh, I forgot an observer. Oh yeah, also buttons are really wonderful for working on this, because you can get a 0 tick really easy. There we go. Yeah, so don't forget your observers, and it should just work fine. Oops. Place your observers in the right spot, maybe. That'd help too. Oh yeah, important thing to know as well, if you are doing this with honey blocks, you will have to adapt it, because honey blocks obviously won't send the pulse, or the observer won't send the pulse through the honey block, so that's the reason that's set up that way. Other than that though, this should be functioning. Oh yeah, there is one more important part. If you don't do this, it will blow up the whole thing. Go ahead and grab TNT while we're doing this. You need iron trapdoors here. Now, don't put them like this. That is not how you want it. Don't let them be up here either. It's very important that it's on this level. That way, it's pulled by this slime block, but it's also the correct timing. If you don't do this, it'll send the TNT up here. It'll drop back down, and it'll blow up the whole thing. That happened a few times. Whenever you're actually ready to put the TNT, you set it right here. Don't set it right there. If you don't know about TNT duping, you want to move it into it. If you set it in there, it'll just blow up. So make sure you're setting it out in front of it. And then other than that, it should be ready to go. Ta-da! And then, like I said, I generally just stand right here. You can see up through the middle, or you can go at the edge. You can extend this to 4. I wouldn't go any longer than this though, or you're going to be hitting this wall. This is about the max I would go. But there you go.